Now, I will read this in Surah, page number 16 of Quran 25. وَلَا يَأْتُونَكَ بِمَثَلٍ إِلَّا جِئْنَاكَ بِالْحَقِّ وَأَحْسَنَ تَفْسِيرًا. And they do not come to you with an example. وَلَا يَأْتُونَكَ بِمَثَلٍ إِلَّا جِئْنَاكَ بِالْحَقِّ. We come with the truth. وَأَحْسَنَ تَفْسِيرًا. And we give you the best. Ahsan means the most beautiful tafsir. Tafsir means detail or explanation. Now, you see, there are people who have done tafsir of the Quran. You know them. Oh, most of the people know. I've read that tafsir and I've read that interpretation and that tafsir, that explanation of ayat. But Allah says, وَلَا يَأْتُونَكَ بِمَثَلٍ. They do not come to you with any question or example. إِلَّا جِئْنَاكَ بِالْحَقِّ. We come with the truth. وَأَحْسَنَ تَفْسِيرًا. And we are the best, the most best. Ahsan tafsir. So there are human tafsirs, but Allah is also doing the tafsir and the best one. So you see how the Allah does tafsir. He explains one ayat here and he's explaining the same topic ayat somewhere else. Another surah in the chapter. Like for example, if you see in Baqarah, if you want to divorce, you read the Surah Baqarah is divorce, Surah Nisa is divorce, Surah Al-Azab is divorce, Surah divorce is divorce. Now that is Ahsan Tafsir. You take out references on the ayahs of divorce and try to read if you are in position of divorce and read how Allah is telling what to do and what not to do. So this is Ahsan Tafsir of Allah. But now what we do, we read an ayah and we read somebody else's explanation. And then we say, I don't like this explanation, let us see the other guy. So we read another explanation. All the explanations are in our minds. But we don't have the explanation from Allah, as in tafsir. So Allah is also explaining us to have best explanation is from God, as in tafsir. Now, Surah Nisa 4 and 82. This is basically a challenge and as well as confusion also to be clarified. There is a confusion going on. I'll explain how. It says Surah Nisa 4 and ayah 82. أَفَلَا يَتَدَبَّرُونَ الْقُرْآنَ وَلَوْ كَانَ مِنْ عِنْدِ غَيْرِ اللَّهِ لَوَجَدُوا فِيهِ اخْتِلَافًا كَثِيرًا. Do they not consider or ponder Al-Quran, the reading? If it had been from other than Allah, they would surely have found in it much discrepancies, contradictions. Now people, when they read this ayah, they simply believe on the surface value that Quran do not have contradictions. That's the only they but understand. But you see what happens. You see, when I read this Quran ayah, and I collected the ayahs on the basis of what the Quran is the book Quran, word of God. Some verses. I'm reading Quran, the word Quran is in the ayahs. And I'm explaining a few things here and there. And now somebody, after the question and answer session, somebody will ask me, how do we know which translation you are reading? And there are many translations and many this and many that. How we know which is the correct one? I've come across people like that. So Allah is answering very easy. Do they not consider the Quran the reading in translation? I'm putting the translation because we're reading in English. Do not they consider Quran the reading with care? If it is not from Allah, then you must find contradiction in it. So the translation will have contradiction in it itself. Because here it says the book, that is the book, does not have a doubt. And they said, what book? This is the Quran. So he put the word Quran. And Ya Ahlul Kitab, O people of the book, he said, this is Kitab, the Bible. So this is how people are playing. This is book is Bible, the book there is Quran. So you are doing something, Allah didn't say, Allah said book. People of the book and the book. The book remains the same. But when it uses the word book, you put Quran when you suits you. And when it says, Ya al-Kitab, people of the book, you say this is the referring to the Bible. It uses a Christian book. So you are doing this, all this. And then Allah said, if you do not consider Quran with care, if it is not coming from God, there will many be contradictions. So this guy will go into contradiction. You have to understand that to understand read any translation. I don't advise read this or read that. Read any translation. And if you read one particular subject, you pull the ayahs from that subject from the concordance available on computers, and as well as like that. You have a concordant book available in the market. Take up one subject, take up the relevant ayahs, read that particular topic from the Quranic ayahs. And when you join together, you will come to understand and you'll see that if there is contradiction, you'll find out. So any translation can be checked by the ayahs translation themselves. Because the Quran understanding coming from Allah, do not ponder the Quran, the reading with care. Had it been from other than Allah, they would find there is many, not one, many discrepancies and contradictions. So if there is no contradiction and there is no controversies, it's coming from God. So you don't have to be confused with translation. But you must remember, you must trust the translation and the essence that you receive from the different ayahs. If you do not receive anything and you say, look, this, I don't believe that translation, I don't believe it. I mean, this is no way of doing. Try to do some homework and analyze it and you'll come to know. Then he gives you another challenge. In Surah Al-Isra 17, قُلْ لَإِنِ اجْتَمَعَ الْإِنسُ وَالْجِنُّ عَلَىٰ أَن يَأْتُوا بِمِثْلِ هَٰذَا الْقُرْآنِ لَا يَأْتُونَ بِمِثْلِهِ وَلَوْ كَانَ بَعْضُهُمْ لِبَعْضٍ ظَهِيرًا. Say if the whole mankind and jinn, shielded ones, were gathered together to bring with the likeness of this Al-Quran, the reading, they could not bring the likeness of it if they back up each other. Now here Allah is giving another challenge. Say all mankind and the jinns, all mankind of 4 times. Now, past, present and the future. All the mankind gather together to produce a Quran, the reading like this one. There are readings, but like this. And even if they back up each other, they are not going to produce. Now people are here in the world today. They say this Quran is incomplete. There are certain surahs left out and this and that. The whole Quran, the whole one, without a change of a dot, memorized. Actually, the existence of the Quran is in your mind. You see, you must understand. Why? Because the Quran is not in a book form. There is in Tashkent, there is a Quran book form, and there is in Turkey, Tashkent, there is one place in Istanbul, Turkey. There is an Arabic text. It's not the same what is memorized. It's the same exact. What is memorized by humans today and what is printed in front of you is exactly the same. But if you go to ancient histories and try to locate, you can't find it. So Allah has preserved the book in your hearts and minds. You see, this is there. And still people have doubts. People are doubtful. People doubt each other. So it's Al-Baqarah 2 and ayah 23 and 24. وَإِن كُنْتُمْ فِي رَيْبٍ مِّمَّا نَزَّلْنَا عَلَىٰ عَبْدِنَا فَأْتُوا بِسُورَةٍ مِّن مِّثْلِهِ وَادْعُوا شُهَدَاءَكُم مِّن دُونِ اللَّهِ إِن كُنتُمْ صَادِقِينَ. And if you are in doubt as to what we have revealed. He says, we have revealed. If you are in doubt what we have revealed, then you produce the surah like this. Then come with the surah and call your witnesses besides Allah if you are truthful. Come on, do it. Now why we can't do it? Because we are not created. Because the contents of the ayahs, the essence of the message is like from a creator. I told you beginning, he is a creator. So the sense and the essence that he says, if you are in doubt as to what we have revealed, then you produce a surah. Now man cannot talk like that. Man will say, look, I've written a book with my whole heart, sincerity in its prefix. And if you find any fault, please let me know, I will correct it. That's man writing. And Allah says, if you are in doubt, because man doubts himself because he thinks God is also to be doubted. So if you are in doubt, then you produce a surah like this. وَإِن كُنْتُمْ فِي رَيْبٍ مِّمَّا نَزَّلْنَا عَلَىٰ عَبْدِنَا فَأْتُوا بِسُورَةٍ مِّن مِّثْلِهِ وَادْعُوا شُهَدَاءَكُم مِّن دُونِ اللَّهِ إِن كُنتُمْ صَادِقِينَ. Then call your witness beside Allah if you are speaking the truth. Do it. And he answers. He says, you cannot do it. فَإِن لَمْ تَفْعَلُوا وَلَن تَفْعَلُوا. You will never ever be able to do it. Why? Because you cannot speak like act or talk like God, write like God. فَاتَّقُوا النَّارَ الَّتِي وَقُودُهَا النَّاسُ وَالْحِجَارَةُ أُعِدَّتْ لِلْكَافِرِينَ, and fear the fire, which is fuel for man and stones for you. Oh, he knows that you can't do it. You cannot talk, act like God. As somebody say, you are a madman. Put him into the hospital. If I start speaking like this, like we can do, I say I can do this, crazy man. So I can't do it, and nobody will accept. But here he's saying it. Who is it? Then God, and it's not something that he's saying. He means it what he says.